guys, I'm your host, Ronan Time HD, and welcome back to the Javi favorite films of all time edition of Off the Shelf. And on the final episode, part 3, we watched
The Face. What do you want?
Take one goddamn guess.
Plan B. Let's just kill each other.
Face Off, starring John Travolta and Nicolas Cage, directed by John Woo. This is quite the epic action flick. And I'll tell you why, because I'm just going to get right to it. The film, I think John Travolta and Nick Cage are really good in this film, and that's because they get to, like, play each other. If that makes sense. Like, Nick Cage acts like John Travolta, and John Travolta acts like Nick Cage, because it's a body swap movie, kind of. It's like face swap movie, really. More of like a, not like literally mind going into another body, but like their mind, they look different. They're the same, but they have a different face. Like the name of the movie. This film predict the face swap filter. Anyway, as I was saying, this film is really stupid, and I think the film knows it's really stupid, because Nick Cage is an absolute meme machine. There's so many memes in Nick Cage in this movie. He's like a literal meme machine in this. It's a meme machine, though. He's a literal, like, I guess it's just because he's so strange. He's just so memeable, I suppose. But it's really, this movie is funny. Sometimes intentional, sometimes not intentional. But it doesn't matter. The film is basically about John Travolta, who's an FBI agent who is like arch enemies with Nick Cage, who is a terrorist who killed his son like 6 years ago in like an axe, like he was trying to kill him, but he accidentally killed his son. And like the whole movie, well, John Travolta at first, like, they think Nick Cage dies and he's like in a vegetative state, so what they do is to like trap the terrorists, and because like Nick Cage planted a bomb and somewhere, they don't know where he planted it, but it's gonna like kill a bunch of people, so they need to find the bomb. So they think, since they think that Nick Cage is in like a vegetative state and they don't think he's gonna really do anything, they say, hey, John Travolta, we're gonna switch your face with his face, and then you can infiltrate, you can talk to his brother, and then he'll tell you where the bomb is. And he's like, no, I don't want to do that. And then they're like, but people are gonna die. Alright, I'll do it. I'll do it. And then shit goes wrong. He gets sent to like a prison so he can talk to his Nick Cage's brother. It goes wrong. It all goes wrong. And then Nick Cage wakes up, and then he switches faces with John Travolta, which his face is still at like the clinic. Now he's John Travolta, and like he's got a whole plan. He's got his life, he stole his life, he stole his wife, he stole his daughter, he stole everything. And now he's like and now that he knows where the bomb is, he detonates it. Not detonate, he defuses it, wrong word there. He defuses the bomb, and it makes him look like a super, like, American hero, right? And now he's like top of the world, man of the year on Time magazine, right? And it's really, really stupid, and he's like, I think John Travolta is like, I think the thing is, these actors are both great at acting like absolute crazy people, and that is exactly what they act like in this film. Because John Travolta, this isn't his first rodeo as acting like a crazy person, alright? John Travolta has quite a few movies where he's an absolute crazy person. Nick Cage, I don't think there's one film where he's not an absolute crazy person. So, well, maybe he's not a crazy person in some other movies, but I haven't seen him yet, so... All the ones I've seen, he's been absolutely insane. But that's what I love about him. I love Nick Cage. I also like John Travolta. John Travolta's great, too. And I think Nick Cage just really... At the beginning of the movie, he's just so crazy and so weird. I kind of wish crazy Nick Cage at the beginning of the movie had more screen time. Like, more craziness. Like, John Travolta's crazy throughout the whole film. But Nick Cage should have been crazy a little bit more, I think. Also, the thing about it is, I just think the plot is dumb. You know, the plot is really dumb. But as I said earlier, I feel like the movie knows that, and it just kind of embraces it. So, basically, the movie is, like, self-aware, I think, to a certain extent. But it's also just an action movie from the 90s, so... It just it just has fun with the whole thing. Like, every time something crashes, it explodes. Like, I don't know. I feel like if you took a shot every time there was an explosion in this movie, you would be blackout drunk on the floor. Like, literally. There are so many explosions in this movie, especially near the end. It's fucking crazy, man. Like, there's explosion after explosion after explosion. It's never just one explosion. If an explosion happens, there's a guaranteed chance that, like, 20 or 30 seconds later, there's gonna be another explosion. Right? That's how it works. But that is also how action movies work, man. I'm familiar with this genre. I like this genre, so I'm familiar with it, but it was just great. And there was, like, the amount of one-liners. The amount of one-liners in this movie, man. Like, it's mostly said by Nicolas Cage. Nicolas Cage says most of the one-liners in this film. And they're pretty good. You have to admit, they're pretty good. But, like, another thing is when... It's just, also, the film is so overdramatic. Like, the soundtrack... It's not like 80s action films with like awesome synth that I love. Like, I love 80s the action movie soundtracks because they all have kick-ass synth as a soundtrack, right? You can't go wrong with a kick-ass synth soundtrack, right? Nothing wrong with an awesome synth. Everybody loves synth. Who doesn't love synth? But this one is just like, oh, like it's so like over the top dramatic, because whenever something like absolutely momentous happens, everything's super happy and everything, like it's just celebrated like it's the greatest thing to ever happen. And it's really funny of how over dramatic the soundtrack is and how it just really tries to punch in that this scene is impactful. I think it's funny. I just also think the film is just some of the, like, shots and the takes. Like, there was a part where Nicolas Cage, he was, like, he was going off to take down, Nick Cage, who was in his body, John Travolta, and, like, this girl's like, it's like, I already lost my brother, I don't want to lose you too, and then he literally went like this, he went, like, he literally, super slow turnaround, just, hang on, dude, oh, there's no glasses, but he just went, I know, like, something like that, and then he just walked off, and had a gunfight in a church. It was great. And then obviously, I don't think, if you've seen this review, you probably should have already seen Face Off already, so you should already know I'm going to talk about spoilers in this review. But in the end, like, the standoff got so stupid. Like, so it was just John Travolta, a goon from a John Travolta goon, and Nick Cage. And then the sister walks in. It's like, if I have anything to say about it, it seems that you're outnumbered, Nicolas Cage. And then some random dude out of like nowhere, one of his random goons, it's like, I don't think so. And then he just teleports out of nowhere into the scene. Like, they don't even see him walking in. You just hear his voice, and then he's here with a gun. It's so stupid. That's why I love it, though. This film's so stupid, but it's so great at the same time. And I just like stupid movies. If you couldn't tell by the videos I make, I like stupid movies. And this is a shining example of a stupid movie that does it right. Javi, I love you, man. I love you. You're a good friend of mine, but, man, I don't think this is the greatest film of all time, alright, man? I'm sorry to break your heart like that, but it's just not the truth. Sorry, but that's just my opinion. But it is pretty good. I will admit it is good. Give that. Honestly, I feel like the movie made me feel like I was really enjoying it, even though the film was like 2 hours and 18 minutes, like around that time frame. It really flew by. It just really, I guess I was just enjoying it that much that it just kind of went, whew, like those 2 hours really just, and I feel like throughout the whole film I was just feeling happy, really, I found it really funny. I think just happy. I was happy throughout the whole film because it was just a dumb fun movie, and I like dumb fun movies. So guys, I think I would rate this film like a what would you rate it? A 10? No. No, I did not rate it a 10. That's some accusations. But maybe like a 7.5 out of 10. I would rate this film a 7.5 out of 10. That's my final rating. It is good. So guys, thanks for stopping by on the last part of the Javi Favorite Films of All Time special edition of Off the Shelf. Thank you for stopping by, watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a like, share it with your friends, leave a comment down below, subscribe, turn those notifications on. And I've been Ronin Time HD, signing off. Signing off with 2 hands. It's like, see you next time. Just add an explosion right here. Just add an explosion. It can be like the shittiest explosion ever. Just go. Did that look good?
I don't know how I'm gonna do that.
Do it. Just find a green screen and an explosion. Just. Did it look good?
Looked amazing.
Oh yeah, dude. It's gonna be the best explosion in cinema history. No. Never mind. Cut that out.